The other day I was on TikTok and I came across that center scene again. You know which one I'm talking about. That one where they're all holding Grace back and she just invites all the vampires in. Come on in, you motherfucker! And I got pissed off all over again. It had people everywhere reacting like,
oh, damn. Why would you say that?
Everybody wanted to know, why would she do that? And that reminded me that I actually did want to investigate this movie. After sitting with a movie for a while, that question for me morphed into a different one. I started to ask, what does it take? What does it take to get people to a point where they're willingly inviting the monsters in? And I already have a slight idea as to what might be going on. So let's investigate. Oh, and I love that scene where they pass the cigarette back and forth. I love it.
You hardwood?
You boys twins?
Nah, we cousins.
I saw something not that long ago that said sin could also be seen as deviation from soul. And that is an interesting take, how it could be seen as self-abandonment. So I wonder if that theme plays out here.
Y'all wash these floors?
Yeah.
Why was he standing like that?
The time I spent with y'all, the less sure I am you boys are serious about it.
Ain't no boys here. I just grown men. But grown men money.
I know that's right.
And if we see you or any one of your clan buddies cross our property line, we gonna kill them right where they stand.
Clan don't exist no more.
A little bit of gaslighting early.
Keep dancing with the devil. One day it's gonna follow you home.
Okay, only because I've seen this movie once before is that line standing out now. You keep dancing with the devil and it's gonna follow you home. And it's only standing out now because I just did this video on Jennifer's body, kind of giving that same energy as that one scene where she says, when you get bit by a demon, you take a piece with you.
Look at that sky. That's a mighty fine day to be free, ain't it? Our own juke joint. For us and by us.
That's all they want, right? That's all anybody wants, is they want to feel free. They want to feel alive, to start their own business or love who they love or move on their own time. And Stack is so wholesome for just pointing it out while it's happening.
Just like we always wanted. You big enough to take me now, huh?
I'll do what I can.
No, you'll do what you told.
What the hell you know about the blues?
You know how offended I would be if someone was laughing at me and then went like this while they was
I got gobbled. They ain't get all of it. Y'all can have it. Just don't let him hurt me no more.
That's so funny because they thought that he wasn't going to hurt them. He made them. Why would they be victims? I think we might have found our first one, but let's keep watching.
He's not what he seems. God forbid you let him into your home.
That's crazy because at first I didn't even consider them, but they also let the vampire in the house, thinking, obviously, why would he hurt me? He's giving me money. That, along with the fact that they share a common identity, it's also easier to trust the monster when it looks like you. I don't know if I said this yet, but here's my theory as to why at the end of the day, Grace loses it and invites the monster in. My theory is that each of these characters represents a way that we unwillingly or willingly give up our power, abandon ourselves.
Jihoya, Chiapiso.
Bert!
Christina's gone.
So you'll kill for me.
That's right.
But she still won't tell me the truth.
It's so sad. You could tell all they wanted was the freedom to be together. Yeah, so this movie is so, like I said before, ethereal and ancestral. Not only does the message of this movie wake you up, but specifically this scene is where it starts. The best scene in the movie, in my opinion, when they're all dancing, singing, and not just within different generations, but cultures. It's just one of the best portrayals of how like music and expression transcends time. Scene specifically, when you watch it, you feel activated, and it feels like it's activating a specific part of you that feels what could be if we could overcome the ways in which we are giving up our own power, autonomy, authenticity.
How may I help you folks?
Oh, we heard tale of a party.
I love that part. We are a tale of a party.
Y'all clean?
Sir.
He was offended. Let's see if we can count all the ways that people wear down your no.
Here, I'll show you.
First of all, what is this little song and dance? That's got to be something. It's not working. For them at least, but it's something.
This because we're... How'd she get in?
And that is she here, because she family.
Family.
How did she get in? Well, you let them in. So maybe coercive comparison? They use it as a way to get you to feel wrong for saying no, as if your no is you being morally wrong.
We're gonna walk real slow, just in case y'all change your mind.
What if they just came saying? And what if somebody spills something on them? Step on their shoe. Look at their woman a bit too long. We're gonna have a bigger problem than just a fight.
Smoke doubles down on the no, very much in his power. But it literally reflects exactly what happens internally.
And y'all got money to spend.
Oh, yeah.
What type of money is this?
It's all the gold kind, darling.
Just very interesting that the vampires have gold. Smoke and Stack have cash. And Annie's got doubloons. They look like doubloons. What are they called? So now there's a money tie that's coming up. Oh, I might have to dig deeper into that one in like a deep dive or something.
She's in some deep, deep pain that money can't fix. You came over here for fellowship and love.
Remick did kind of pull her card there. Like, she really wasn't coming over there for the money. She was coming there so with the hopes that Smoke or Stack will accept her again, accept her as one of them. She went out there to talk to them under the impression of partnership.
Man, what you done out here?
You gonna let me in? We'll just sit there blocking the door.
And then she gets back in through familiarity. And genuinely, this theory is only standing out to me was because I thought it was just so interesting how the vampires in this movie need to be invited in. I don't know if that's a theme anywhere else in other vampire movies, but it was definitely one that stood out. Like, vampires need an invitation to come in. And I thought that specific detail was very intentional, especially after I saw Ryan Coogler do this interview. She asked him what was the significance of the vampires in his movie.
The film is actually about the human condition, and I think the vampires represents an escape and also a trap.
He said the human condition.
I'm sorry. All right, well, let me in so I can help.
Hold on.
Let me in so I can help. Someone trying to get into your business offering fake help.
You big and strong enough to push past us?
Yeah, the man needs comfort. Not you filling up his mind with that old Louisiana bayou bullshit you on.
What is this? Social pressure? Would I call this social pressure? It's also like division.
James telling ghost stories in place of doing what we ought to do.
And what is it we supposed to be doing?
Being kind to one another. And being polite.
Now we is one people.
Definitely seem like trying to get Smoke, because him and Annie together are very sovereign. They know who they are, where they stand, and they know when to say no. And that's probably why they're so good together. You know, he don't really believe her hoodoo, but he still love her bad, and she don't like his lifestyle, but she still loves him. That couple pairing together is hard to divide. I guess social pressure, but also social obligation. There's a certain way in society you should be acting, so you obviously should not any longer have the right to say no to me.
Shit, Stack was my ride up here. I'm supposed to walk back?
Yeah, he's definitely playing on this sense of duty. They owe him something.
That ain't my problem.
They be your own people. Don't give him shit, Smoke. Don't give him nothing.
There it is, that famous hand. Making them feel guilty that they owe him, whether it's kindness, politeness, or money.
The car started. Let's go.
Where
am I back? I know I'm about cornbread. I'm just a little hungry, that's all.
Oh, minimization. He's minimizing what they're experiencing. They are experiencing a very real attack of the self.
Grace, we're gonna find a way out of this, I promise.
I am your way out. Because I know everything he knows now. You're a toilet.
Good Lord. I feel like there's a 2-in-1. Assimilation as a form of manipulation and seduction.
We built something here tonight, and it was beautiful. But it was built on a lie.
Them telling Smoke that his dreams, everything he ever dreamed of, was never going to succeed. I think that's another one. He said this was never going to be a juke joint. This was never going to be what you wanted it to be. You might as well give it up now and come out to us, because all it was going to be is where you and your dreams go to die. And I feel like that is such a common way.
He was never gonna be free. No.
Close the door.
The Smoke and Stag tie, is it family ties? Family obligations, responsibilities.
After we kill y'all, we gonna have heaven right here on earth.
If you join them, if you come with them, if you abandon everything you're creating, that would be good for you in the long run. And Smoke almost went after all of these people just eroding and eroding, coming from every angle with all of these different manipulation tactics. Can you see how easy it is to almost give the most sovereign character in this movie was ready to give it all up? Okay, and all that literally did its job. It introduced self-doubt into the Hive. After saying no all night, no, and they know what the consequences for going out there, even though they've tried to reframe it and paint a picture and say it's going to be better than you think. All of these tactics would wear anybody down, no matter what they're saying no to.
You let us in there. Or we gonna go to the grocery store. We gonna pay Lil Lisa a visit. No.
I'm getting chills.
Okay.
Come on in, you motherfucker!
How you doing?
There it is. They wear you down. They try to guilt you. They try to say that you owe them. They try to make you feel like they're familiar with you. And then when that doesn't work, they result to minimizing what you're going through, seducing you, and even trying to assimilate and tell you, oh, it's better on the other side. What you were doing was never going to be good enough. And when all of that chips and chips away at you, they threaten your roots. What broke Grace was not just them threatening her daughter. What broke Grace was repeated attacks on their psyches. Even if you might not break then, they make sure that they break you eventually. And they do that by wearing you down to the point where you even question your own right to say no. Damn, they wear you down to the point where you even want to invite the monsters inside because you feel like you have nothing else to lose. Ooh, I'm getting an idea. Do you think that Smoke could be, well, Smoke and Annie kind of are almost like the character representation of what sovereignty is, while Sammy is kind of like autonomy? How do those two weave together? Because autonomy is the ability to make your own choices, it's action, right? Sovereignty is your ability to say no. No, I don't like that idea. I like it a lot. I find it very interesting that they can feel Remix's pain. Why can they feel Remix's pain? When he hurts, they all feel it, but it doesn't work the other way.
Be strong, you hear me? I got some business to handle.
I know that's right, Smoke. I know that's right. There's a reason why Smoke and Sammy made it to the end. There's a reason. I did not expect the guitar Sammy has to have been Smoke and Stag's dad's guitar. That's a twist. At the end of the day, while, it is sinners and they did pass, they were both set free. They were both liberated from a life that would have kept them in chains. Because Annie, if she would have lived, she would have been a vampire. And while as much as they tried to make it seem like it was going to be the greatest thing on earth for her, it wouldn't, right? It would still have had her chained to Remick. She would only be able to go out at night. All these other things. So in the end, Annie was liberated. And so is Smoke. At the end of the day, he would have had to live without his brother, without Annie, with all the traumatizing memories. But he gets to be with his baby, his creation. They're both such strong, self-possessed characters. And in a way, in the end, they were both liberated. Now, Sammy, on the other hand, I feel like Sammy's also liberated, while his father did try to get him to put the guitar down, and that's the last scene we see. He's struggling to put the guitar down. Putting down that guitar would have meant so much more surrendering, right? It would have meant he's got to give up the one night that he actually felt alive, where he felt like he was living his purpose, using his voice, his talents, his gifts. The guitar, I feel like, symbolizes all that, maybe. Symbolizes when Sammy was fully in his autonomy, right? Making his own choices, not what his father was saying, not what Stack was saying, doing what's right or what he felt was right for him. And if we go back to seeing it through the lens of sin being a deviation from your soul, from yourself, basically self abandonment, then I just feel like the whole thing tracks. The whole thing just weaves together so beautifully. So here's the reframe. Sometimes the scariest part is not the monster at the door, but actually the realization that they wore you down enough for you to open it. This could be anything: systems, bosses, partners, relationships that try to manipulate you, especially when you realize the ways that they did it. So it gets a little bit easier to see why Grace eventually opened the door, but more importantly, why by the end of the movie we feel so alive. We feel liberated. I know I left that movie like, oh my God, why do I feel more powerful right now? And I think maybe it's because it reminded us that even in all the chaos, there will always be one thing you still have. It's different because it's definitely something I talked about after doing the timeline shift challenge, how we forget that we have autonomy. We become apathetic to the world around us because of all of these draining things. But yes, maybe we'll dive deeper about the money part of it on Patreon. Gosh, this movie was just so good.